Hi, I'm Eric Lovegren. I'm the Wildfire Mitigation Coordinator for Eagle County, and we're here in Missouri Heights on the one-year anniversary of the Lake Christine fire to sort of showcase what's happening in the community as far as recovering from the past fire as well as preparing for the next. And our friends at FirstBank have partnered with Eagle County as well as the Roaring Fork Fire and Rescue and the town of Basalt to begin to offer homeowners in the Roaring Fork Valley technical assistance as well as financial assistance to prepare for the next wildfire, and those that were affected by the last year's Lake Christine fire to give them an opportunity to work with us on a variety of things from fire recovery and protection from flood and debris flows, as well as areas of their property that may have seen an impact from the fire, or may be areas that haven't, where they want to do work again to prepare for the next one. So we want to remind homeowners throughout Eagle County and Colorado in general that, you know, fires are a natural part of the ecosystem and a way of life here in the West, and the longer we go with putting out small fires, the bigger opportunity presents itself for a larger fire on down the road. And as we look behind me here in Missouri Heights and we see the impact from last summer's Lake Christine fire on one side of this drainage, and yet on the other there's still plenty of green vegetation that could lend itself to fire spread in a future event. So what folks in my line of work like to say is that it's not a matter of if but when. So FirstBank has generously offered us some funding to help owners prepare for that next fire, and the Roaring Fork Fire and Rescue in Eagle County will provide the technical assistance to give you the knowledge of what needs to be done to protect your home and property from wildfire through a comprehensive home assessment program, which would be the first step in qualifying for cost share money through the Roaring Fork Wildfire Assistance Program by FirstBank in Eagle County. Okay, so this portion of Missouri Heights up here on Blue Creek Overlook is a great example of how homeowner mitigation work before the fire really paid off, and in some situations led to minimal intervention by firefighters because the owners had prepared their property. They had addressed the elements of the home's construction that could possibly lend itself to ignition by embers. They talked about, or they spent time making sure they had a fire-rated roof, and that things like firewood piles had been removed from wooden decks, and grasses were kept close, and trees had been limbed and removed of small lower branches and other what we call ladder fuels that could bring fire into the tree canopy and increase flame height, as well as throw embers at the home. So when we work with homeowners in a neighborhood, I look at a lot of things like what is the type of vegetation around their house, what type of roof do they have, and are they maintained. Here we have a property that looks pretty good from the street level. You know, trees have low branches removed, grasses past this field have been kept around a house that is largely being well maintained and prepped for fire. So homes like that, and like a lot of these homes that were impacted by the Lake Christine fire, did well and are still standing. And the reason we had such minimal home loss on a nearly 12,000 acre fire is that a lot of homeowners had spent a lot of time working with the fire district or with Eagle County through the regulatory process to implement home hardening strategies to protect them from embers and to work around the surrounding area to create a defensible space, which made it possible for firefighters to work to protect their property. So one of the benefits of doing mitigation work is that you create a safe place for firefighters to work, and that gives them a chance to save your home. So if you haven't done anything to prep your property to make it safe for firefighters to enter and defend it, the chances are they may choose not to do so if the fire conditions aren't safe for their being there. So inviting firefighters on your property with some mitigation work is a good thing. So mitigation work is underway throughout Eagle County as part of the Roaring Fork Wildfire Assistance Program made possible by FirstBank. The town of Basalt has done a demonstration project right on Midland Avenue in the middle of town, and then a number of homeowners in the Algebel and Basalt area are working on various things from landscape scale fuel break projects aimed at protecting an entire community. We have the community of Blue Lake working on something at the moment, as well as individual residential defensible space projects and linked defensible space projects wherein several homes work together to create a treatment area that acts as a fuel break in and of itself. So up here on Blue Creek Overlook, where the Lake Christine fire kind of made its final run into Missouri Heights, I'm standing behind two properties that had been through the mitigation process as part of their building permit requirements. And both of these homes survived with minimal intervention by firefighters. In fact, the one below me here didn't have to have any work done on it. It was all as the fire moved up and into the defensible space that the owners had created around their home, where they had put in a metal roof and stucco siding. Well, the home basically saved itself from the fire, and firefighters were able to just sort of contain it up here at the road. So we're standing on, what would this be, the furthest expanse of the Lake Christine fire into the Missouri Heights community, where a combination of homeowners mitigation work and great firefighting by local resources stopped the fire spread into the community. Again, I'm Eric Lovegren, the Wildfire Mitigation Coordinator for Eagle County, and I want to use this moment as a call to action for all residents of the Roaring Fork Valley to take the time to prepare for wildfire, to call myself or the fire department to schedule a free home property wildfire hazard assessment, and to learn about ways that you can enroll in the Roaring Fork Valley Wildfire Assistance Program to begin to do work to build a more fire-adapted Eagle County and Colorado.